$1,400 fourth stimulus check specifically focused on SSI, Supplemental Security Income. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now this continues to be a very popular question showing up down in the comments section from many of you right here in the community reaching out wondering, are we going to be getting a $1,400 fourth check for SSI, Supplemental Security Income? Is it coming? Is it not? Has it been approved? Are we even going to be eligible for it? Where do we currently stand? And what is actually going on for all of us receiving SSI? We need more money right now. That's a really great question, and that's what I want to focus on for you right here in the video. So let's get into it and discuss all the details, where we currently stand, what is going on, and what is Congress actually doing. So let's get right into it. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as I am your one and only daily advocate, and I am very much dedicated to you and this community to continue doing all the research, breaking it all down into these short videos, so you can stay updated with what is actually going on during this very busy time as Congress continues to come out with all these new bills, proposals, pieces of legislation, reform to these very important programs, as well as money, benefits, checks, stimulus, or any other kinds of programs or raises to benefits, anything else going on out there. I'm watching all of it very closely and bringing you those latest updates right here in these videos, as well as answering all of your very important questions that I continue to see down in the comment section, as well as I truly want to help you out in any way that I can. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and let's get into it and discuss where we currently stand and what is going on here with a fourth check, and for those of you that are receiving SSI, Supplemental Security Income. All right, so let's focus on all the details here and where we currently stand. However, before we get into that, I just want to make it very, very clear from the very start. As of right now, a fourth stimulus check has not been approved, not only for SSI, but for anybody. A fourth stimulus check has not been approved on the federal level. However, don't get me wrong, on the state level, there are a lot of stimulus checks going out on the state level right now across the entire country for a variety of different states. Not all states, and it's not even $1,400 in most cases. It's usually a couple $100 in most cases, maybe $700, maybe $500. Maybe $800, but for the vast majority of the states, it's anywhere between about $300 and $500 for the states that are sending them out. That is on the state level across many different states, but certainly not all the states either. So just want to make that very clear so we're all on the same page here, so there's no misunderstanding before we get into this. However, for those of you that are receiving SSI, Supplemental Security Income, I totally get it. Living on $841 a month is pretty tough. I mean, it's almost impossible, right? I think we can all probably agree with that. $841 is significantly below the federal poverty line by a few $100s, and with all these increased prices on virtually everything, your SNAP benefits are probably no longer getting you anywhere near the amount of food that you need on an ongoing monthly basis. Therefore, that means that you need to dig into your small $841 per month payment from SSI and try to pay it for all your bills, pay for all your utilities, your rent, food, gas in your car, all the kinds of things, and then still get by every month? Yeah, it's getting pretty tough these days, right? So anyway, when it comes down to it with a fourth stimulus check, like I said, not a fourth stimulus check has not been approved yet, but I do want to make it very clear that in the event a fourth stimulus check is approved and or they start talking about one, by all means, yes, you will be included on that. In fact, I want to throw this out there, and I've mentioned this before in previous videos, but I want to say it one more time right now. In the event that there is a fourth check, again, I would not be shocked one bit if they do actually approve a highly focused check just on fixed income beneficiaries, which again does include SSI, just like what they did way back in May of 2009 when they did actually approve a stimulus check as we were coming out of the recession of 2007, 2008, 2009, during that major downturn that we were seeing then. During that recessionary time right there, yes, they did approve that check that specifically went out to the fixed income. So I wouldn't be shocked to see that again, but is it a guarantee? No, virtually nothing's a guarantee right now other than a lot more uncertainty going forward. We pretty much know that because that's been the case here for a long time, and that's probably what's going to continue on for a very long time once again. However, when it comes down to it, there's a lot of different factors here that we need to continue to watch very closely. Again, all this talk about a recession, all things like this, we need to continue watching inflation. That is going to be another one very important that we need to watch here going forward, because a lot of this being distributed right now, a lot that's being indicated right now, a lot of this talk that's out there right now across lawmakers as well as the administration and everybody else right now, a lot of this is hinging around inflation because it's practically historic, right? This is the biggest, the highest inflation that we've seen in 40 plus years. So therefore, we got to watch this inflation closely. So anytime that they come forward and want to approve any type of additional checks, whether it's highly focused checks or anything like this, you got to watch this because they're going to be looking at inflation, right? They're going to continue to watch inflation. And of course, they're going to continue to kind of always use that as their excuse for either yes or no. But again, we'll have to continue watching Congress because who knows what they may want to do here going forward, especially before the midterm elections. As we do know, they certainly want to get some kind of big piece of legislation through. So we do know that for a fact as well. So when it comes down to SSI specifically, this kind of goes into the same category of SSI and Social Security and basically all fixed income beneficiaries that I typically talk about here on the channel in many videos. It all kind of pertains to the same thing, but for those of you receiving SSI, I wanted to make this dedicated video just because a lot of you that receive SSI reach out and say, hey, I'm SSI here. Will I get a check? Well, here's the thing. If there happens to be a check, then by all means, yeah, you would likely be eligible to receive that. But until we actually get some kind of official announcement out of Congress or the administration or somebody like this with authority to actually get something done, then again, it's just going to be up in the air until now. So again, I know that it's not exactly probably all the answers that you want to hear right now, but at the end of the day, this is just where we currently stand. So I wanted to give you this update because this is just what is going on as of right now, if that kind of makes sense, right? So again, please don't be upset with me. I'm simply the messenger behind all this information. I'm not the guy that makes the rules. If I was the person making the rules would be very different right now, right? Especially during this time right now where people are really, really struggling. Don't get me wrong, not everybody needs a check, but the low income and the fixed income certainly need a check, and that's what we need to focus on right now is getting those checks out, the money to the people, especially right now. So anyway, that's where I currently stand on it, but again, it doesn't really matter what I say about it. I don't really have the authority to get something like this actually passed. So yeah, for those of you that have been asking out down in the comments section and on this very popular topic, again, this is where we currently stand on this. I know it's kind of a frustrating situation where we're wondering, are we going to get something here? Are we not? Something going to happen here? Where do we currently stand with all this? Well, again, it's just kind of like a big question mark that continues to float around out in the ether right now that we need to kind of chase around and wonder, well, is Congress going to do the right thing, or are they just going to continue to let us sit here and struggle, which seems to be like possibly their favorite thing to do right now. It seems to be that they're really enjoying watching people kind of struggle through this time, and then they act like, oh, we've got to do something. And then at the end of the day, they ultimately don't do anything, right? So when it comes down to it, this is kind of where we stand. But I think what we need to do realistically is watch all of these economic numbers. Number one, inflation, we got to watch that closely. We also need to watch the jobs information, as in the jobs report. We need to see what's going on with unemployment claims. What is going on with the unemployment situation? Is unemployment increasing in this country? Are more people losing their jobs? What's going on here? Because if that actually does occur and we start to see more people losing their jobs, this is going to be a key indicator for when the federal government needs to step in and start offering this type of relief to the people who are really having a hard time right now, right? So I know it's unfortunate to think that, wait, they're going to step in and help people when they start losing their jobs? And why not us, the fixed income? Yeah, I know. It's weird to think about, but that's the fact of the matter. That is usually how these situations play out, is they look at the unemployment rate and they say, the unemployment rate is really high right now. We need to step in now and send out stimulus. Meanwhile, all the time, the low income and the fixed income are saying, wait, what about us? We've been sitting here asking you for months and months and months for relief, and we've gotten nothing. And all of a sudden, the unemployment rate is higher. That means we need to send out checks. Yeah, unfortunately, that's how it works. So anyway, another factor that we need to take into consideration. So a lot of moving parts here, but at the end of the day, don't worry. I'll continue watching all this stuff very, very closely as I do get more details and get any additional information on any kind of payments, money, programs, checks, or anything like this. Of course, I'll be right here for you, breaking it down, letting you know what's going on and what's available for the low income and, of course, the fixed income. So I hope this gives you a little bit more clarity on what's going on and the different pieces of information that we need to watch going out there right now, because this is going to indicate, is there going to be more money? Is there not? Who's going to get it? Who's not, right? How is it going to be focused? All of these different details. So kind of hope that makes sense for you. Anyway, for those of you that have been asking, I hope this answers your question, gives you more clarity. But again, one more opportunity here to throw this out there, which is, I want to throw this out there and just make sure that we're all on the same page, which is a check has not been approved quite yet as of right now. But if anything does change, of course, I'll continue to keep you updated. I want to give you this update just so that we all know what's going on here and where we currently stand. So hope this update helps you out. Again, thank you so much for watching this. I really do appreciate it. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, as I'm watching everything closely, and there's a lot of different programs that continue to pop up. And of course, anything that you can take advantage of course, I want to let you know about it, including raises to your benefits or anything else like massive raises to SSI, SNAP benefits, or anything else out there. Of course, I'm here for you. So again, thanks so much for watching this. Subscribe down below, share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out some of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day. Thanks again, and have a good one. I'll catch you again later in the next video.